Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Ask for the Bin. I'm Father Bin, and I'm so glad that you are here. Each week, I take a question from one of our parishioners and do my best to provide a thoughtful and faith-filled response. Let's dive into today's question. Can you explain faith alone for salvation versus faith and works? Protestant friends believe it's faith alone that saves us. I would like to know how I can explain our views on faith and works. The difference between faith alone and faith and works lies in how salvation is understood and lived out. Protestants who hold to faith alone, sola fide, believe that salvation is a free gift from God, received solely through faith in Jesus Christ. Catholics agree that salvation is a free gift and cannot be earned by human effort. However, the Catholic Church teaches that true faith must be accompanied by works of love and obedience as a response to God's grace. St. James asks this very important question: what good is it if someone says he has faith but does not have works? Faith of itself, if it does not have works, is dead. The key is understanding what faith means. For Catholic faith is not just intellectual belief or trust in Jesus, it is a living, active relationship with him. James goes on to say in chapter 2, verse 24, you see that a person is justified by works and not by faith alone. In fact, that is the only place in the scripture where faith alone is mentioned. And the context here is not to exclude works. This does not mean we earn salvation, but that genuine faith naturally produces good works. As Jesus said in Matthew 7:16, by their fruits you will know them. Faith without works is like a tree without fruit. It is incomplete and lifeless. Words and actions must go together. Think of it like a marriage. The vows exchanged on the wedding day are like the initial act of faith that unites us to Christ. A marriage vow is not what you say once and it's done, but a healthy marriage requires ongoing daily acts of love, sacrifice, and commitment. Similarly, our faith must be lived out through works of love, which deepen our relationship with God and help us grow in holiness. Protestants and Catholics often agree more than they realize. Both affirm that salvation begins with God's grace and that we cannot save ourselves. The difference is that Catholics emphasize that our response to God's grace through faith and works matters for our ongoing sanctification and ultimate salvation. Thank you for your question, and may God bless you. Keep sending in those questions, and I will see you next time.